Come here. No, really. Put everything down for a minute and come sit with me. You don't have to tell me what happened. You don't have to tell me who you're missing, how long it's been, whether it ended all at once or in 100 quiet moments. And you don't have to convince me that it mattered. Because if you're here tonight, I know it mattered. And I think you've been carrying it by yourself for long enough. So come, sit down. Get comfortable however you need to. Pull the blanket a little closer. Shift around until your body finds the place it wants to settle. If you're listening in the dark, let the dark be dark. If you're listening while the world is still moving around you, that's okay too. You don't have to create perfect conditions for this. You just have to be here. And trust me, I know how strange heartbreak can be. How one day can feel normal. You answer your messages, you do your laundry. You laugh at something you weren't expecting to laugh at. You think maybe you found your footing again. And then something small happens. A song you weren't prepared for. A familiar phrase. A scent drifting through the air. Or a memory arriving without permission. The sudden urge to tell someone something before reality catches up and reminds you that things aren't what they used to be. And there it is again. That ache, that heaviness, that little voice asking how something that mattered so much could disappear, change shape, drift away, or leave you standing somewhere you never planned to be. I know, it's exhausting. And I know you've probably gotten a lot of advice. People telling you what you should do, how long this should take, what healing is supposed to look like, when you should move on, when you should finally be okay. But tonight, I'm not asking any of that from you. I don't need the version of you that has all the right answers. I don't need the version of you that says you're fine because it's easier than watching someone else become uncomfortable. I don't need the version of you that has learned how to smile through it. I just want you, the tired, angry, confused version. The version that still misses what was lost. The version that doesn't know where to put all the love that still exists. That wishes it didn't hurt this much. I want you to bring them all here. There's room. You don't have to organize your feelings before you arrive. You don't have to decide which ones are acceptable. You don't have to make sense of them. Just let them sit beside us for a while. Because tonight isn't about becoming someone who no longer cares. It isn't about proving how strong you've been, or about waking up tomorrow untouched by what happened. Tonight is smaller than that. Tonight is simply about putting some of the weight down, even if it's just for a little while. Long enough to remember what it feels like to breathe without carrying everything at once. Long enough to rest your hands. Long enough to stop holding yourself together so tightly. You don't have to survive the rest of your life tonight. You don't have to solve tomorrow. You don't have to figure out where this story is going. You only have to be here. And you're already doing that. You pressed play. You reached for something instead of sitting alone with all of this for another night. And I think that's brave. Even if it didn't feel brave. Even if it just felt necessary. I'm really glad you're here. So settle in. Take a slow breath if that feels good. And if it doesn't, that's okay too. There isn't a right way to do this. There's only this moment. You and me, a little bit of quiet, a little less weight than you were carrying a few minutes ago. So stay with me. I've got you for a while. Let's begin. I want you to notice something. You made it here. Out of every version of this evening that could have unfolded. The dishes waiting in the sink. Endless scrolling. Maybe replaying an old conversation. The staring at the ceiling and wondering how long a heart can ache before it learns another language. You found your way here. Maybe because you needed comfort. Maybe because you didn't know what else to do. You don't even have to know why. Just notice that you're here. And let that be enough. You've spent so much time carrying yourself, holding things together, keeping routines alive, answering questions, showing up, making decisions, pretending you had more energy than you actually did. Trying to function while something inside of you quietly whispered, I'm tired. And maybe no one noticed. Maybe they did. Maybe they just didn't know what to say. Or maybe you didn't know how to explain that heartbreak isn't just sadness. It's carrying an invisible weight through ordinary moments. It's tying your shoes, buying groceries, remembering appointments, doing all the small human things while part of you is still standing in another place entirely. So just for now, you don't have to hold all of that up. You don't have to carry yourself the same way you've been carrying yourself all day. If you're lying down, let whatever is beneath you do a little more of the work. You don't have to sink into it. don't have to force your body to soften. Just let yourself be supported a little more than you were a moment ago. That's all. If your shoulders want to drop, they can. If they don't, that's okay. If your jaw unclenches, good. If it doesn't, that's okay too. Nothing is required from you here. No performance, no effort, no gold star waiting at the end for being the most relaxed person in the room. You don't have to impress me. You don't have to impress yourself. I wonder what it would feel like if only for this moment to stop preparing for impact just for now. To stop waiting for the next wave of grief, the next memory, the next sharp reminder, the next moment your mind reaches for something that it cannot change. Just for now. What would happen if your hands stopped gripping so tightly? Not forever. Just tonight. Just here. Notice the rise and fall of your breathing. You don't have to change it. Simply notice that your body already knows how. Even when your mind has been busy. And when your heart has been heavy. When you've been carrying more than anyone realized. Your breathing continued. In and out. Again and again, without asking you to earn it. Isn't there something comforting about that? The reliability of your own body, the way it keeps showing up for you, breath after breath, heartbeat after heartbeat. Even on the days you doubted your ability to make it through, you did. You are, right now. There's nowhere to rush toward. Nothing waiting for you at the end of this session, except whatever version of rest becomes available to you tonight. Sleep, maybe. Quiet, maybe. A softer place to land inside yourself. Maybe. You don't have to decide that yet. For now, see if you can give yourself permission to become a little less responsible for the next few minutes. Conversations can wait. Tomorrow can wait. You don't have to figure out how you'll feel next week. You don't have to decide what this heartbreak means. You don't have to solve your life before you're allowed to rest. You are allowed to rest because you're tired. You are allowed to be held because you've been carrying so much. And if your mind wanders, let it wander. If it comes back, let it come back. If tears arrive, they're welcome here. that's welcome too. Nothing about your experience tonight has to look a certain way, because there isn't a correct way to miss someone. No perfect way to grieve what changed. And there's no award for enduring it without tenderness. So let this moment be gentle. Let the chair beneath you hold you. Let the bed beneath you hold you. Let the floor beneath you hold you. And let my voice carry a little of the weight you've been carrying alone, just for now. You don't have to hold yourself together quite so tightly. You're safe enough to loosen your grip. A little, and then a little more. And if all you can manage tonight is one deeper breath than the one before it, that's enough. If all you can do is stay here and listen, that's enough. If all you can do is rest your eyes for a while and let my words keep you company, that's enough too. Because you don't have to earn care. You don't have to earn rest. And you don't have to prove how much something mattered by continuing to suffer without pause. You've carried this long enough. Let yourself be carried for a while. I'm right here. Stay with me. Because you know what I think? I think you've been trying really hard to figure this out. You replay the conversation, then replay the version of the conversation where you said the perfect thing. You revisit the decision, then revisit the version where you made a different one. You wonder if you missed something, if there was a sign you should have seen sooner, a sentence you should have paid more attention to, a moment you should have held onto tighter. You turn it over and over in your mind like there's an answer hidden underneath it all. Like if you just looked at it from the right angle, everything would finally settle into place. I understand why. I really do. Questions feel productive, and so does thinking. Your mind gets busy because busy feels better than helpless. It gives you something to do with your hands when your heart doesn't know where to go. So you revisit it again and again and again. Sometimes while you're driving or while you're trying to fall asleep. Maybe you've gotten so used to doing that, you haven't noticed how tired you are. And I don't mean just emotionally. I also mean mentally. The kind of tired that settles behind your eyes. And after a while, it starts showing up in strange places. You'll walk into a room and forget why you went in there. Open the refrigerator and stare at it like it's personally offended you. Someone will ask you a question, and you'll realize you've been nodding along without hearing a single word they said. You'll reread the same sentence 3 times, drive somewhere, and barely remember getting there. Your mind slips sideways for a second and wanders back to the thing you've been carrying, back to the conversation, back to the moment you wish had gone differently. It's strange. The world keeps moving. The dog still wants to be fed. Laundry still exists. And people still expect answers. But somehow, you're supposed to do all of it while carrying something heavy that nobody else can see. No wonder you're tired. You've been doing 2 jobs at the same time. Living your life and revisiting the parts of it you wish you could understand a little better. Now, I don't know if there's actually a perfect explanation waiting somewhere. I don't know if there's one memory you haven't unlocked yet that's suddenly going to make everything click into place. But what I do know is that you've probably spent enough nights trying to solve it. You've probably had enough late-night negotiations with yourself. You don't have to finish that work tonight. If your mind tries to hand you another question, let it set it down beside the others. You don't have to answer it immediately. It can wait. You can come back to it tomorrow if you want to, or next week, or never. For now, let yourself notice where you are, the feeling of whatever is supporting you, the sound of my voice, the steady rhythm of your breathing. Nothing extraordinary, just this moment. You don't have to decide whether you're healing fast enough. You don't have to figure out what this chapter means. You don't have to know how the story ends before you're allowed to rest in the middle of it. Maybe peace doesn't arrive because you finally solved every unanswered question. Maybe sometimes peace looks like setting the file down on the desk and saying, "That's enough for today." Maybe it looks like closing your eyes without one last review of everything that hurts. You can miss what mattered and still rest. You can love someone and still laugh when laughter finds you. You can carry grief without letting it work overtime. Nothing important disappears because you stopped checking on it for a little while. So, just for tonight, let yourself step away from the investigation. The questions will still know where to find you tomorrow. Right now, there isn't anything you need to solve. There isn't anywhere you need to get to. There's only this breath, this blanket, this chair or bed, and this voice keeping you company for a little while longer. done enough for today. Stay here with me. We're in no hurry. You want to know what gets me? It's almost never the big things. Nobody's sitting around shocked that anniversaries hurt. People expect birthdays to be hard. They brace themselves for holidays. It's the stupid stuff. You'll be doing something completely ordinary and get blindsided. Maybe you're looking for your keys. You're standing in line at a grocery store, and then out of nowhere, there they are. Not actually, just there. The way they laughed, something they used to say, a memory that shows up. And it's always at the worst damn time. You could almost admire the commitment. I think that's the part nobody prepares you for. How ordinary grief can be. It doesn't always arrive wearing black and holding a pitchfork. Sometimes it shows up while you're just trying to do something completely normal. Like, oh, there you are. I know. You were doing fine, too. Then your brain decides now would be a fantastic time to remember something from 3 years ago. Rude. Anyway, you don't have to stop what you're doing. You don't have to turn the memory into a meeting that runs 3 hours over schedule. You just noticed it. That's all. Maybe it hangs around for a moment, maybe it doesn't. Meanwhile, the dog still needs to be fed. The laundry remains deeply committed to existing. And life has a funny way of continuing. So you finish what you were doing. You feed the dog, you fold the towels. And somewhere in the middle of all of that, you realize something. The memory showed up, but you survived it. You didn't disappear. The room stayed exactly where it was. The floor stayed underneath your feet. And your breath kept moving in and out. Not every memory is an emergency. Sometimes it's just a memory. Sometimes it's your brain pulling an old photograph out of a drawer. Oh, I remember that. And eventually, your attention lands somewhere else. The sound of my voice. The feeling of that blanket against your skin. You don't owe every memory the rest of your evening. Some of them stop by for a minute, then leave you to finish whatever you were doing. Stay here with me. We've still got time. And there's nothing urgent happening tonight, except learning how to sit in the same room as what hurts, without handing it the keys to the house. I think you've done enough for one day, really. I know there's probably a part of you that's still trying to get everything sorted before you rest. Still searching for answers. Wondering what tomorrow is going to feel like. But you know, tomorrow has a habit of showing up. Whether you're prepared for it or not. Tonight can belong to tonight. You've already carried enough into this room. You don't need to bring anything else with you. Maybe your eyes are closed now. Maybe they aren't. Maybe you're listening while staring at the ceiling. Either way, I'm glad you're here. Are you okay? You don't have to answer that. Actually, don't. I think people get asked that question way too often. How are you? Are you okay? Doing better? Still sad? As if there's a right answer. I don't know. Maybe tonight you're okay. Maybe tonight just sucks. I think we're done checking. You're here. I wish you could see yourself the way the people who love you see you. Because you'd realize how normal this is. How human. You miss something that mattered. Of course you do. Anyway, scoot over. There, that's better. You know what I hate? I hate when people say everything happens for a reason. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not. But I think sometimes terrible things happen. Beautiful things end. People leave. People are no longer with us. Plans fall apart. And sitting in the dark, trying to come up with a reason for all of it, sounds exhausting. So, let's not solve anything. Let's just sit here, listen to the sound of the room you're in. Feel whatever you're sitting on. And notice how weird it is that the world keeps going. Find that comforting. The fact that the whole world didn't stop. It means you don't have to either. And if your eyes are getting heavy, good. I'm still here. No rush. Running out of things to say, which is probably good. I talk a lot, and you don't have to agree with me. You know, I used to think there was a right thing to say to people when they were hurting. Turns out there isn't. Sometimes people don't need advice. They just need somebody who isn't in a hurry. Someone who isn't waiting for them to be finished. So, here we are. breakthrough scheduled for 10 minutes from now. Just two people sharing the quiet for a little while. Now I don't know what tomorrow is bringing. Maybe it'll be easier. Maybe it won't. But you'll deal with tomorrow when it starts acting up. Tonight has been enough all by itself. And I hope you found a comfortable spot. I hope your blanket is warm. And I hope you remembered to charge your phone. Actually, if you forgot, that sounds like a tomorrow problem. See? Already less work for tonight. I think that's the trick, maybe. Not a life trick. It's a night trick. Every once in a while, asking yourself, does this need me right now? Because the answer isn't always yes. Some things can wait. This moment doesn't need anything from you. You don't have to earn it, because you already arrived. And I know there are nights when the silence becomes too much. When the bed feels too big or too empty. You don't have to figure out why tonight. You can just let it be strange. Because people are strange. Love is strange. Being human is strange. And somehow, here we all are. I actually think that's kind of incredible. Now, I hope sleep finds you. But if it doesn't, I'll keep talking. We've still got a little while before morning. And it's quieter now. Maybe the room changed. Or maybe you did. Hard to tell sometimes. The sharpness isn't quite where it was. It's still there, just different. And nobody really talks about that part. How something can hurt and soften at the same time. How an ordinary day can knock the wind right out of you, and the next one doesn't. You don't wake up one morning and suddenly know you've crossed some invisible line. You just look up one day and realize you've been sitting here listening to someone ramble for a while. And for a few minutes, your attention wandered somewhere else. Maybe you noticed the sound of your own breathing. Maybe you drifted. And that's okay. Actually, it's more than okay. You don't have to hold on to every thought that passes through. Sorry, there I go again. Forget that. You don't owe every thought your attention. That's better. The night keeps moving, and so do you. Even sitting perfectly still. Because there's nothing remarkable happening right now. life-changing realization. You're here, listening, breathing, resting maybe. And if rest hasn't arrived yet, that's all right. There's no disappointment in my voice. Just this quiet little stretch of night. I keep imagining two people sitting side by side without feeling responsible for fixing each other. One of them says, "I'm really glad you're here." The other leans against the couch. The room settles. Nothing gets solved, but somehow, that doesn't ruin the evening. You can close your eyes if they're getting heavy, or leave them open. Either way, stay exactly where you are. You've already arrived. There's nowhere left to get to tonight, so let's stop here for a while. No ending, just a little more quiet. And don't worry, I'm still here.